This snapshot is a map of ancient India. It shows how India looked in very early times and where important kingdoms, rivers, mountains, and cities were located. I will explain it in very easy English so you can learn it for your test. 1. What this map shows. This map mainly shows ancient kingdoms of India, important rivers and mountains, famous old cities, sea areas around India, Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. It also shows how big empires spread in different time periods. 2. Important ancient civilization. On the map, you can see the Indus Valley civilization in the northwest area. It was one of the oldest civilizations in the world. Famous cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro are shown. People lived in well-planned cities. 3. Maurya Empire, Ashoka's time. The shaded area shows the Maurya Empire under King Ashoka. It was one of the largest empire in ancient India. It covered most parts of northern and central India. Important cities like Pataliputra were part of it. Ashoka was a very famous ruler. 4. Gupta Empire, Chandragupta II. Another shaded area shows the Gupta Empire under Chandragupta II. It is known as a golden age of India. Art, science, literature, and maths developed a lot. It was powerful in northern and central India. 5. Important regions shown in the map. Punjab and Rajasthan. Located in the northwest. Important early settlements were here. Deccan Plateau. Located in the middle and south part of India. Many rivers flow through it like Godavari and Krishna. Kalinga. Located on the eastern coast. Famous for Ashoka's war, Kalinga War. Kerala, Chola, Pandya. Southern kingdoms of India. Known for trade, culture, and strong kingdoms. 6. Mountains and rivers. Himalayas are shown in the north. They protect India from cold winds and enemies. Big rivers like Ganga River, Brahmaputra River, Indus River in west. Rivers helped farming and early settlements. 7. Seas. Arabian Sea, west side. Bay of Bengal, east side. These seas help trade with other countries. 8. Important cities shown. Pataliputra, capital of Maurya Empire. Sarnath, important Buddhist place. Ayodhya and Hastinapura, ancient cities. 9. Legend, key of map. The legend explains symbols. Barabar, major settlements, cities. Mountains, Barabar, triangle shape. Different colors, Barabar, different empire and civilizations. Easy summary. This map shows ancient civilizations like Indus Valley. Great empire like Maurya and Gupta. Important rivers, mountains, and cities. Different regions of India in old times. Here's your rewritten fill in the blanks with answers inside the blanks, no repetition, clean exam style. Fill in the blanks with answers. This map shows ancient India in early times. The map shows important kingdoms, rivers, mountains and cities. One of the oldest civilizations is the Indus Valley civilization. Famous cities of Indus Valley civilization are Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. The Maurya Empire was ruled by King Ashoka. The capital city of the Maurya Empire was Pataliputra. The Gupta Empire is known as the Golden Age of India. Gupta Empire developed art, science, literature, and maths. The Deccan Plateau is located in the middle and south part of India. Kalinga is located on the eastern coast. Ashoka fought the famous Kalinga War in Kalinga. Kerala, Chola, and Pandya were southern kingdoms. The Himalayas are located in the north of India. The Himalayas protect India from cold winds and enemies. The river Ganga is one of the major rivers of India. The river Brahmaputra is also shown in the map. The Arabian Sea is on the west side of India. The Bay of Bengal is on the east side of India. Seas helped India in trade with other countries. The Indus Valley cities were well planned. The legend of the map explains symbols. Different colors on the map show different empire. Below is your complete exam preparation pack, very easy English, based only on your given text. 1. Detailed easy summary MCQ preparation. Ancient India began very early, around 6000 BC, when people first lived in places like Mehrgarh in Balochistan. These early people lived in mud houses, used stone tools, and kept animals like goats and sheep. This shows the beginning of settled life. Later, around 4000 BC, people started living in the Indus Valley, and by 2600 BC, large cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro were formed. This is called the Indus Valley Civilization. These cities were well planned, and people did farming, trade, and crafts. This civilization started to decline around 1750 Safar BC. Around 1400 BC, a group called the Aryans came from the northwest. They brought the Vedic culture. This period is called the Vedic period, during which religious books like the Vedas, Brahmanas, and Upanishads were developed. During this time, new ideas of society and religion also developed, and later Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism appeared. Important religious figures also lived in this period, such as Buddha, born 563 BC, and Mahavira, born 4 Safar BC. Later, in 324 BC, Chandragupta Maurya founded the Mauryan Empire. His grandson Ashoka made it very powerful and famous. Ashoka spread Buddhism and united much of India. After the Mauryas, there was a time of smaller kingdoms. Then in 302 Safar AD, the Gupta Empire started under Chandragupta I. This period is known for culture, learning, science, and development of Hinduism. Overall, ancient India developed in stages: early settlements, Indus civilization, Vedic period, Mauryan Empire, Gupta Empire. Important subjective questions or answers. What is Mehrgarh and why is it important? Mehrgarh is one of the earliest human settlements in ancient India. People lived there between 6000–4000 BC. It is important because it shows early life such as farming, animal keeping, and use of stone tools. Where did the Indus Valley civilization develop? It developed in the valley of the Indus River around 26 Safar BC. Name the important cities of the Indus Valley civilization. The important cities were Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Kalibangan, and Lothal. What was special about Indus Valley cities? They were well-planned cities and had developed systems of farming, trade, and daily life. Why did the Indus Valley civilization decline? It declined around 1750 BC due to unknown reasons. Who were the Aryans? Aryans were people who came from the northwest around 1400 Safar BC. They brought Vedic culture to India. What is Vedic culture? Vedic culture is the culture brought by the Aryans. It includes religious ideas and the Vedas. Name important religious books of the Vedic period. The important books are the Vedas, Brahmanas, and Upanishads. Which religions developed from Vedic culture? Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism developed from Vedic culture. Who founded the Mauryan Empire? The Mauryan Empire was founded by Chandragupta Maurya in 324 BC. Who was Ashoka? Ashoka was the grandson of Chandragupta Maurya and the most famous ruler of the Mauryan Empire. Why is Ashoka important? Ashoka is important because he made the empire strong and spread Buddhism. Who founded the Gupta Empire? The Gupta Empire was founded by Chandragupta Pahla in 302 Safar AD. What is the Gupta period known for? The Gupta period is known for culture, science, learning, and development of Hinduism. 3. Important fill in the blanks with answers in blanks. Ancient India began around 6 Safar BC. Early settlement evidence is found in Mehrgarh. Indus Valley civilization developed around 26 Safar BC. Famous Indus cities include Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. The Indus Valley civilization declined around 1750 Safar BC. Aryans came from the northwest. Aryans brought Vedic culture to India. The Vedic culture developed Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. The Vedas are part of the Vedic period. Buddha was born in 513 BC. Mahavira was born in 4 Safar BC. Chandragupta Maurya came to power in 324 BC. Ashoka was the grandson of Chandragupta Maurya. Ashoka spread Buddhism. The Gupta Empire started in 3 Safar AD. Chandragupta Pahla founded the Gupta Empire. The Indus Valley civilization was followed by the Vedic period. The Mauryan dynasty lasted from 3 Safar 185 BC. The Gupta Empire lasted from 3 Safar 415 AD. Mergad is located in Balochistan. Below is your complete exam preparation pack, very easy English, based only on your provided text. 1. Detailed easy summary MCQ preparation. The Indus Valley civilization developed on the fertile plains of the Indus River. This region was similar to the Nile Valley in Egypt and the Tigris-Euphrates Valley in Mesopotamia because it had rich soil due to river flooding. Farmers grew crops like wheat, barley, millet, and rice in different regions. The civilization had 2 major cities, Harappa, north, and Mohenjo-Daro, south. Both cities were built around 2600 BC and were large, well-planned urban centers. Harappa had strong walls, granaries, and a population of about 35,000 people. Mohenjo-Daro was even larger, with well-built houses, bathrooms, drainage systems, and a famous great bath used for rituals. Both cities had advanced urban planning, trade systems, and industries. People made cotton cloth, pottery, jewelry, and luxury goods. They also traded with places like Sumer, Persia, and Afghanistan. Many archaeological finds include seals, statues, pottery, jewelry, and farming evidence. A famous object is the Priest King statue. The Indus people used symbols in writing, but it has not yet been decoded. Indus society was well organized with rulers, workers, and scribes. Cities had separate residential and commercial areas. The civilization declined after 185 Safar BC. Cities became disorganized, drainage systems failed, and homes were abandoned. Possible reasons include floods or changes in river paths. Some older theories suggested invasions, but natural disasters are now considered more likely. Here's your rewritten content without table form, in very easy English. Questions or answers. Indus Valley civilization activities. Number 1. What is a citadel? A citadel is a strong and high area in a city where important buildings and rulers stayed for safety. Number 1. What is a hypocaust? A hypocaust is an ancient heating system used for warm water baths. Number 1. What is carnelian? Carnelian is a red-colored stone used to make jewelry. Number 1. What is Vedic culture? Vedic culture is the culture brought by the Aryans. It is based on the Vedas and religious ideas. Number 1. What is a stupa? A stupa is a Buddhist religious structure built over important remains or relics. Number 1. What are ramparts? Ramparts are strong protective walls built around a city. Number 2. When was the Indus Valley civilization discovered? It was discovered in 1921 when Harappa was found. Number 2. Why was it unknown before discovery? It was unknown because the cities were buried underground and people had forgotten about them. Number 3. What are the theories for the decline of the Indus Valley civilization? One theory is that Aryans invaded the cities. Another theory is that natural disasters like floods and river changes caused the decline. Number 3. Which theory is most likely? Why? The natural disaster theory is more likely because floods and river changes could destroy farming and force people to leave cities. Number 4. Diary task. What happens during flooding in Mohenjo-Daro? During flooding, people become worried as water rises. Houses get flooded, roads are damaged, and people try to save their belongings and move to safer places. Number 5. What are the similarities between Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro? Both cities had planned layouts, granaries, citadels, drainage systems, and trade activities. Number 5. What are the differences between Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro? Harappa was slightly earlier and had large granaries, while Mohenjo-Daro was larger, more complex, and had the Great Bath. Number 6. What should be included in an Indus tour brochure? An Indus tour brochure should include Harappa, Mohenjo-Daro, the Great Bath, seals, granaries, pottery, and archaeological museums with descriptions of each site. 3. Important fill in the blanks with answers in blanks. The Indus Valley civilization developed on the Indus River plains. Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro were built around 2600 BC. Harappa was discovered in 1921. The archaeologist who discovered Harappa was D.R. Sahni. Harappa had strong walls called ramparts. Mohenjo-Daro had a famous Great Bath. Indus cities had good drainage systems. The Indus people made cotton cloth. Indus writing is made of symbols. The writing system has not yet been deciphered. Indus people traded with Sumer, Persia, and Afghanistan. Indus society had rulers and scribes. A famous statue is called the Priest King. Indus people domesticated the camel and other animals. Mohenjo-Daro was built in layers of cities. Indus civilization declined around 1700 BC. A possible cause of decline was flooding. Houses in Mohenjo-Daro had bathrooms. The Indus Valley had granaries for storing grain. Indus cities had separate residential and commercial areas. Below is your complete exam preparation pack, Unit 3 or 4, Ali Vedic period Juma Ayans Juma Vedas in very easy English. 1. Detailed easy summary MCQ preparation. The early Vedic period began when the Aryans came to India around 1400 BC through the Hindu Kush mountains. They settled in the land of the seven rivers, which included the Indus River and its tributaries. Aryan society was divided into tribes called janas. Each tribe had a Raja, king, Brahmins, priests, and Vish common people. Brahmins were very important because they memorized hymns and performed religious rituals. Aryans used horses, chariots, bronze weapons, and enjoyed sports like chariot racing. They also loved music and drank soma. Cows were very important and used as wealth. Aryan society was patriarchal, meaning fathers controlled the family. Sons were more important than daughters. Society was divided into four varnas classes. Brahmins priests. Kshatriyas warriors. Vaishyas merchants. Sudras workers. Religious knowledge came from the Vedas, especially the Rig Veda, which has hymns about gods. Other Vedas include Sama, Yajur, and Atharva Veda. Later, Brahmanas and Upanishads were written. Aryans worshipped many gods like Indra, Agni, Varuna, and Soma. Religious rituals included sacrifices like Soma, ghee, and horse sacrifice. Aryan religion later developed into early Hinduism. Here are all short answers. Learning activities number 1, number 6 from Unit 3 or 4 written in very easy English with complete questions. Number 1 Glossary words. Q. Brahmins. A. Brahmins were priests who performed religious rituals and taught sacred knowledge. Q. Dasas. A. Dasas were non-Aryan people who were seen as enemies of the Aryans. Q. Jati. A. Jati means a birth group or community a person is born into. Q. Raja. A Raja is a king who rules a tribe or small kingdom. Q. Rig Veda. A. The Rig Veda is the oldest holy book of the Aryans with hymns to gods. Q. Sacred thread ceremony. A. It is a Hindu ceremony where a boy receives a sacred thread and starts a new religious life. Q. Sudra. A. Sudras are workers who do physical and manual jobs. Q. Varna. A. Varna is the system that divides society into four classes. Q. Vedanta Upanishads. A. They are philosophical religious texts written in later Vedic times. Number 2 Vedas questions. Q. How many gods are mentioned in the Rig Veda? A. About 33 gods are mentioned in the Rig Veda. Q. Who are the most powerful Indo-Aryan gods? A. The most powerful gods are Indra, Varuna, Agni, and Soma. Number 3 Difference between Varna, Jati and caste. Q. Write a paragraph explaining the difference between Varna, Jati and caste. A. Varna is the four-level division of society. Jati is a smaller birth group based on family or occupation. Caste is the modern system that includes both Varna and Jati ideas. Number 4 Aryan migration map activity. Q. Use an atlas to trace a map of India and show Aryan migration stages. A. Aryans moved from the Caspian Black Sea region into India through the Hindu Kush mountains and settled in the land of seven rivers in northwest India. Number 5. Social structure activity. Q. Draw Aryan and Indo-Aryan social structures and show similarities and differences. A. Aryan society had Raja, Brahmins, and Vish. Indo-Aryan society had four Varnas, Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Sudras. Both systems had social ranking, but Indo-Aryan society became more divided and strict. Number 6. Job advertisement for a Raja. Q. Plan and write a job advertisement for an Indo-Aryan Raja. A Raja should belong to the Kshatriya Varna. He must be strong, brave, and a good leader. He should protect his people, fight wars, collect taxes, and respect Brahmins. He will face wars, rival tribes, and social responsibilities. He should believe in gods, rituals, and maintaining dharma order. 3. Important fill in the blanks with answers in blanks. Aryans came to India around 14 Safar BC. They crossed the Hindu Kush mountains. Aryan tribes were called Janas. A king was called a Raja. Priests were called Brahmins. Common people were called Vish. Aryan society had four Varnas. Brahmins were associated with the color white. Kshatriyas were associated with red color. Vaishyas were associated with brown color. Sudras were associated with black color. The oldest Veda is the Rig Veda. Vedas were written down around 6 Safar BC. Upanishads were written between 8 Safar 5 Safar BC. Aryans used horses and chariots. Soma was a ritual drink. Cow was used as currency. Aryan families were patriarchal. Sudras were mostly laborers. Aryan religion later became Hinduism. Detailed summary Unit 4 Conquest or Unification. This chapter explains the later Vedic period in ancient India. During this time, Indo-Aryan tribes moved eastwards along the Ganga river plain. Earlier, they could not enter this area because thick forests covered the land. After learning to use iron tools like axes and plows, they cleared forests and started farming there. This period also had many wars between tribes. Large kingdoms were formed, and rulers became more powerful. Kings were called Rajas, Maharajas, and Samrajas. Brahmins priests also became very powerful because people believed their prayers and rituals were holy and important. People were encouraged to perform sacrifices many times a day. Society became more divided into classes called Varnas. Below the Sudras, another group called untouchables or fifths was created. They did jobs considered dirty, such as cleaning latrines and tanning leather. Even though untouchability is banned today, discrimination still exists in some places. Around 7 Safar BC, some wise men called sages began questioning expensive rituals and the power of Brahmins. Their teachings were written in the Vedanta Upanishads. They taught that freedom from desire leads to moksha, release from suffering and rebirth. The Upanishads also taught Atman Barabar the individual soul. Brahman Barabar the universal soul or source of creation. Karma Barabar every action has results. Samsara Barabar cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Buddhism was founded by Siddhartha Gautam, later called Buddha. He was born in 563 BC as a prince but left his luxurious life to search for truth. He gained enlightenment under a peepal tree and taught the Four Noble Truths. Suffering is part of life. Ignorance causes suffering. Suffering can end. The Eightfold Path removes suffering. Buddha spent 45 saal teaching. Buddhist monks lived simple lives with poverty, peace, and non-violence. Jainism was founded by Vardhamana Mahavira. He also left royal life and became an ascetic. He taught ahimsa, non-violence, and believed all living things have souls. Jains avoided harming even tiny insects. This chapter also explains how Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism developed in ancient India and influenced many parts of the world. Short questions or answers. Number 1 Glossary words. Q. What is ahimsa? A. Ahimsa means complete non-violence and not harming any living thing. Q. What is Atman? A. Atman means the individual soul of a person. Q. What is Am? A. Am is a sacred sound and symbol used in Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. Q. What is Brahman? A. Brahman is the universal soul and source of all creation. Q. Who was Buddha? A. Buddha was Siddhartha Gautam, the founder of Buddhism. Q. What are the Four Noble Truths? A. They are Buddha's teachings about suffering and how to end it. Q. What is karma? A. Karma means every action has results or consequences. Q. Who were Maharajas? A. Maharajas were great kings with large kingdoms. Q. What is moksha? A. Moksha means freedom from rebirth and suffering. Q. Who were untouchables? A. Untouchables were the lowest social group who did jobs considered impure. Number 2. Indo-Aryan movement. Q. What had originally stopped the Indo-Aryans from moving eastwards along the Gangetic plain? A. Thick forests and lack of iron tools stopped them from moving east earlier. Number 3. Power of Brahmins. Q. What evidence shows the increasing power of the Brahmins? A. Brahmins performed important rituals, kings depended on them, their mentors were highly respected, and people performed sacrifices many times daily. Number 4. Untouchable diary task. Q. Imagine you are an untouchable in the late Vedic period. What was your life like? A. Untouchables lived very difficult lives. They did dirty jobs like cleaning and tanning leather. Other people treated them badly and kept away from them. Number 5. Agni question. Q. What else is Agni carrying in the photograph? What might they be used for? A. Agni is carrying objects linked with fire and rituals. They were probably used in religious ceremonies and sacrifices. Number 6. Mahavira and Buddha comparison. Q. Compare Mahavira with Buddha. Are there similarities? A. Yes, both left royal lives, became religious teachers, believed in self-control, and taught peaceful living. Important fill-in-the-blanks answers included. Indo-Aryan tribes moved eastwards along the Ganga river plain. Iron tools helped clear the thick jungles. The Mahabharata is a famous Sanskrit epic. Great kings were called Maharajas. Untouchables were also called fifths. Untouchables did jobs considered spiritually polluting. The Vedanta Upanishads were written by sages. Moksha means freedom from rebirth and suffering. Karma means every action has consequences. Samsara is the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Buddhism was founded by Siddhartha Gautam. Siddhartha Gautam achieved enlightenment under a peepal tree. Buddha taught the Four Noble Truths. Buddhist monks wore saffron robes. Jainism was founded by Vardhamana Mahavira. Mahavira was called Jina, meaning conqueror. Ahimsa means complete non-violence. Jains wore face masks to avoid harming insects. Am is a sacred symbol and sound. Buddha died around 483 BC. Detailed summary of Unit 5. The Mauryan Kings. The Mauryan Empire was the first great empire of ancient India. It was founded by Chandragupta Maurya around 324 BC in the kingdom of Magadha. Historians are not fully sure about Chandragupta's family background. Some sources say his father was a herdsman, while others say his mother belonged to a royal family. Chandragupta built a very strong and organized government. His bureaucracy included civil officers, soldiers, and spies. To pay for this huge system, the government collected heavy taxes from crops, trade, gold, and animals. The state also controlled mines, shipbuilding, weapons factories, spinning, and weaving centers. The capital city of the Mauryan Empire was Pataliputra, which is modern-day Patna. It was a large and well-protected city with wooden walls, towers, and a deep moat around it. According to the Greek ambassador Megasthenes, the city was managed by 6 boards that looked after trade, taxes, foreigners, records, and public places. Chandragupta divided his empire into districts controlled by trusted relatives and generals. His army was one of the largest in the ancient world and included infantry, cavalry, chariots, and elephants. A very important person in Chandragupta's reign was his Prime Minister Kautilya. He wrote the Arthashastra, a book about how to rule a kingdom. It gave advice about kingship, spies, court behavior, and foreign policy. After Chandragupta, his grandson Ashoka became ruler in 269 BC. In the beginning, Ashoka was an ordinary ruler, but later he invaded Kalinga. The war was very bloody and caused great suffering. After seeing the destruction, Ashoka felt deep sorrow and decided to follow Buddha's teaching of non-violence. Ashoka became famous for his edicts, which were messages carved on rocks and pillars across the empire. These edicts taught kindness, law, obedience, and respect. Ashoka wanted to rule with justice and peace. Many historians call Ashoka the first true emperor and Chakravartin of India. He treated his people like his children and worked hard to improve the empire. He built roads, rest houses, wells, and many stupas. During his rule, many people accepted Buddhism and became vegetarians. Ashoka died in 232 BC. After his death, weak rulers caused the Mauryan Empire to decline. Coins lost value, enemies attacked the empire, and fights for the throne weakened the kingdom. Short questions or answers. Number 1 Glossary words. Q. Who was Ashoka? A. Ashoka was a famous Mauryan emperor who spread Buddhism and followed non-violence. Q. What is a Chakravartin? A. A Chakravartin is a ruler for whom the wheel of law turns, meaning a great emperor. Q. What are edicts? A. Edicts are official messages or orders carved on rocks and pillars. Q. What is the wheel of law? A. The wheel of law is a symbol of justice, truth, and Buddhist teachings. Number 2 Achievements of Chandragupta and Ashoka. Q. What were the achievements of Chandragupta Maurya? A. Chandragupta founded the Mauryan Empire, built a strong army, organized government, and made Pataliputra a great capital city. Q. What were the achievements of Ashoka? A. Ashoka spread Buddhism, built roads, wells, stupas, and ruled with peace and kindness. Number 3 Kautilya. Q. Who was Kautilya and why was he important to Chandragupta's reign? A. Kautilya was Chandragupta's prime minister. He helped him rule wisely and wrote the Arthashastra about government and politics. Number 4 Historical sources. Q. Why might the sources about Chandragupta be uncertain or exaggerated? A. Ancient writers may have exaggerated numbers and stories because exact records were not always kept. Number 5 Journal entry task. Q. What might someone see in Pataliputra or Ashoka's court? A visitor might see large walls, soldiers, markets, officials, pillars, temples, and busy streets filled with people. Number 6 Pillar edicts task. Q. What type of rules could be written as school edicts? A. Rules about honesty, kindness, cleanliness, respect, and helping others could be written as edicts. Important fill in the blanks. The Mauryan Empire was founded by Chandragupta Maurya in 324 BC. The Mauryan capital city was Pataliputra. Chandragupta collected taxes from crops, trade, gold, and herds. The Greek ambassador to Chandragupta was Megasthenes. Chandragupta's advisor was Kautilya. Kautilya wrote the Arthashastra. Ashoka became ruler in 269 BC. Ashoka invaded the kingdom of Kalinga. After the Kalinga war, Ashoka followed non-violence. Ashoka spread the religion of Buddhism. Ashoka's messages carved on rocks were called edicts. Ashoka built many stupas. Ashoka treated his people like his children. The symbol on the Indian flag is Ashoka's wheel. The Mauryan army included elephants, cavalry, chariots, and infantry. After Ashoka's death, the Mauryan Empire went into decline. Pataliputra was protected by walls, towers, and a moat. Ashoka died in 232 BC. Chandragupta divided the empire into districts. The wheel of law represents justice and truth. 1. Detailed summary of Unit 6 Easy English. India in the Common Era. After the fall of the Mauryan Empire, many small kingdoms appeared in India. In northwest India, the Indo-Greeks ruled first, then the Sakas and Parthians, and finally the Kushans became powerful rulers. The Kushans. The Kushans ruled Central Asia and northwest India about 2000 saal ago. They controlled important parts of the Silk trade route, which made their empire rich and powerful. Their important cities were Peshawar, Mathura, and Taxila. The most famous Kushan ruler was Kanishka. He was called the King of Gandhara. He was a brave military leader who expanded the empire. His winter capital was Purashapura, Peshawar, and his summer capital was Kapasa near Kabul. Kanishka supported Buddhism and invited Greek artists to his empire. Because of this, Gandhara art became famous. Gandhara art mixed Greek, Roman, and Indian styles in paintings, statues, and buildings. During Kanishka's rule, literature, science, and medicine also improved. A Buddhist doctor named Charaka developed surgical methods and wrote a medical encyclopedia. Kanishka ruled for 24 saal. After his death, the empire survived for another 100 years. In 203 Safar AD, King Shapur divided the Kushan Empire into smaller kingdoms, and the empire ended. A famous object from this period is the Kanishka casket found near Peshawar. It contained bone fragments of Buddha and had writing in the Kharoshthi script. The Gupta Empire. The Gupta Empire ruled from about 320 AD to 4 Safar AD. It controlled northern India, much of present-day Pakistan, and parts of Bangladesh. This period is called the Classical Age because art, culture, trade, and learning greatly improved. Chandragupta Pahla. Chandragupta Pahla founded the Gupta Empire. He called himself Maharajadhiraja, meaning Great Raja of Rajas. He married Kumara Devi, a princess from the powerful Lichavi family. This marriage helped him build a strong army and conquer nearby kingdoms. He also made gold coins with pictures of himself and his queen. His rule lasted about 15 years. After his death, his son Samudragupta expanded the empire even more. Samudragupta. Samudragupta was a great warrior, poet, and musician. He fought many battles and expanded Gupta territory. People considered him an ideal king. Inscriptions describe his body covered with scars from wars, showing his bravery. The Gupta kings fought wars using swords, spears, arrows, battle axes, clubs, and other weapons. Chandragupta Dusra. Chandragupta Dusra supported Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. He built many temples and improved trade. India exported cotton, ivory, brassware, parrots, elephants, and spices to China and Europe. India imported silk, musk, and tung oil from China. Agriculture also became successful. Farmers grew rice, wheat, sugarcane, fruits, spices, ginger, and mustard. A Chinese traveler named F.A. Xian visited India and wrote that hospitals treated poor people and foreigners for free. After Chandragupta Dusra died in 415 AD, the Gupta Empire slowly weakened because of attacks by the Huns. After Skandagupta's death, the empire declined rapidly. Short questions or answers. Number 1 in your Ancient India glossary, list these words and explain their meanings. Q. What is Purashapura? A. Purashapura was the winter capital of King Kanishka. Today it is called Peshawar. Q. What is Kharoshthi? A. Kharoshthi was an ancient script used for writing during the Kushan period. Q. What does Maharajadhiraja mean? A. Maharajadhiraja means Great Raja of Rajas or Great King. Q. What is tung oil? A. Tung oil is an oil used for polishing and protecting wood. Number 2. Create a mind map that covers the key attributes of Kushans and Guptas. Q. What were the main features of the Kushans? A. The Kushans controlled the Silk Route, supported Buddhism, encouraged Gandhara art, and ruled cities like Peshawar and Mathura. Q. What were the main features of the Guptas? A. The Guptas united northern India, improved trade and farming, supported different religions, and expanded the empire. Number 3. How and why was Ganjara influenced by Greek culture? Q. How was Ganjara influenced by Greek culture? A. Greek art and ideas mixed with Indian culture in Ganjara. Q. Why was Ganjara influenced by Greek culture? A. Greek artists worked under Kushan rulers, especially Kanishka, bringing Greek styles into Ganjara art. Number 4. Map activity. Q. What should be shown on the Kushan Empire map? A. The map should show Kushan lands and cities like Peshawar, Mathura, and Taxila. Q. What should be shown on the Gupta Empire map? A. The map should show Gupta lands and trade routes with arrows showing imported and exported goods. Number 5. Design an advertisement to convince people to visit the Ganjara civilization. Q. What can be included in a Ganjara advertisement? A. The advertisement can include Ganjara art, Buddhist statues, temples, trade centers, and famous cities like Taxila and Peshawar. Source 6.3 questions. Q. What does the relief tell us about the art style of the Kushans? A. It shows that Kushan art mixed Greek, Roman, and Indian styles. Q. How does it show that Ganjara was a flourishing civilization during Kushan rule? A. The beautiful carvings and sculptures show that Ganjara had skilled artists and a rich culture. Source 6.5 questions. Q. What does the description tell you about the king? A. It shows that Samudragupta was brave and fought many battles. Q. How did the Gupta kings fight was? A. They fought with swords, spears, arrows, battle axes, and clubs. Important fill in the blanks. The Kushans controlled the silk trade route. The most famous Kushan ruler was Kanishka. Kanishka's winter capital was Purashapura, Peshawar. Ganjara art mixed Greek, Roman, and Indian styles. Charaka was a famous Buddhist doctor. The Kushan Empire ended in 2 Safar AD. The Gupta Empire ruled from about 320 AD to 4 Safar AD. The founder of the Gupta Empire was Chandragupta I. Maharaja Jiraja means Great Raja of Rajas. Samudragupta was a skilled warrior and musician. Chandragupta II supported Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. India exported cotton, ivory, and brassware to China. A Chinese traveler named F.A. Xian visited India. Gupta agriculture produced rice, wheat, and sugarcane. The Gupta Empire declined because of attacks by the Huns. 8. Detailed summary of Unit 7 Easy English. Why was ancient India important? Ancient India was very important because it gave many great ideas and inventions to the world. Indian scholars made progress in mathematics, astronomy, medicine, religion, art, and architecture. Trade with other countries helped Indian knowledge spread to many parts of the world. Indian scholarship. After the Greeks invaded northwest India around 9 Safar BC, trade between east and west increased. Along with goods, ideas and knowledge also spread. Ancient Indians shared their knowledge of mathematics, astronomy, and medicine with other countries. Mathematics. Ancient Indians created the decimal number system using 10 symbols. This system made counting and calculations easy. Indian mathematicians also worked on zero, negative numbers, arithmetic, algebra, trigonometry. They improved the ideas of Greek scholars and later passed their knowledge to China, the Middle East, and Europe. The numbers 1 to 9 used today developed from early Indian numerals. Astronomy. Astronomy was an important science in ancient India. Indian astronomers studied stars, planets, and eclipses. They calculated eclipses, used geometry and trigonometry, calculated the Earth's circumference, thought about gravity, knew the sun was a star, learned much about the solar system. Medicine. Ancient Indians made great progress in medicine and surgery. Doctors performed dental surgery, cataract removal, plastic surgery like nose repairs. Indian doctors used Ayurvedic medicine, which treated the whole body and mind together. A famous medical book was the Charaka Sanhita. It explained diet, hygiene, lifestyle, diseases, treatments, human anatomy. Ayurvedic medicine is still popular today. Art and architecture. The Gupta Empire was a golden age of Indian art and culture. Important achievements included beautiful Buddhist and Hindu art, sculptures in the Udaygiri caves, the famous image of Buddha. Earlier, Emperor Ashoka built many stupas. One famous example is the Great Stupa of Sanchi. It has carved gateways showing scenes from Buddha's life and symbols of Ashoka's rule. Religion. Two major religions started in ancient India: Hinduism, Buddhism. These religions spread across the world and influenced philosophy, politics, music, yoga, health practices. Millions of people still follow these religions today. Though, short questions or answers. So 7.1 question. Q. What do you see represented in the relief? A. The relief shows carvings of people, religious scenes, animals, and symbols connected with Buddhism. Time to think. AKA. Q. How do you think trade helped the spread of ancient Indian knowledge out of India? A. Trade helped people from different countries share ideas, science, religion, and learning. A. B. Q. How does this compare with the ways in which knowledge is spread today? A. Today knowledge spreads faster through the internet, schools, books, television, and social media. A. C. Q. What difference has ancient Indian scholarship made to the advancement of humankind? A. Ancient Indian scholarship improved mathematics, medicine, astronomy, and science for the whole world. Do A. Q. Were you surprised by the knowledge of the ancient Indians in these areas of science? Why or why not? A. Yes, because ancient Indians knew many advanced ideas long ago. Do B. Q. What impact has the knowledge of the ancient Indians had on modern sciences? A. It helped modern mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and scientific research develop. Do C. Q. Do you think that modern scientists could still learn more from the ancient Indians? Why or why not? A. Yes, because ancient Indian ideas about medicine and science are still useful today. Teen A. Q. Hinduism and Buddhism are two of the 10 major religions in the world. What do you think are the other 8? A. Some other major religions are Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Sikhism, Jainism, Taoism, Shinto, and Confucianism. Teen B. Q. Where do you think these religions are practiced? A. They are practiced in Asia, Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and many other parts of the world. Teen C. Q. Find out what the top 10 religions are and where they are practiced. Were your answers correct? A. Answers may differ depending on research and personal findings. Teen D. Q. What influence have Indian religious beliefs had on the world in general? A. Indian religions spread ideas of peace, meditation, yoga, kindness, and non-violence around the world. Inquiry tasks. Number 1 Board game. Q. What should the board game explain? A. The board game should explain changes and similarities in ancient Indian society from the early Vedic period to the Mauryan kings. Number 2 Conversation task. Q. What could Krishna, Buddha, and Mahavira talk about? A. They could talk about nature, peace, life, death, and religion. Number 3 Cast oral histories. Q. What should the oral histories describe? A. They should describe the daily lives and experiences of people from different varnas and castes. Number 4. Annotated faith timeline. Q. What should the timeline include? A. The timeline should include important dates, beliefs, leaders, and events of Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. Q. Which faith developed first and which developed last? A. Hinduism developed first and Jainism and Buddhism developed later. Q. What are the similarities between these religions? A. They all teach morality, spiritual life, and good behavior. Q. What are the differences between these religions? A. They have different beliefs about gods, salvation, and religious practices. Q. What influence have these religions had on today's society? A. They influenced culture, philosophy, meditation, yoga, and peaceful living. Number 5. Leadership panel debate. Q. What should students discuss in the debate? A. Students should discuss the achievements and importance of leaders like Buddha, Ashoka, Kanishka, and Chandragupta. 3. Important fill-in-the-blanks answers included. Ancient India made advances in mathematics. The decimal number system was developed in India. Indian mathematicians worked on zero and negative numbers. Ancient Indians improved trigonometry. Indian knowledge spread to Europe, China, and the Middle East. Ancient Indian astronomers could calculate eclipses. Ancient Indians knew that the sun was a star. Ancient Indian doctors practiced Ayurvedic medicine. The famous medical text was called Charaka Sanhita. The Gupta Empire was famous for art and architecture. Ashoka built many stupas. The Great Stupa of Sanchi is a famous building. Two major religions from ancient India are Hinduism and Buddhism. Yoga became popular around the world. The Udaygiri caves contain beautiful sculptures.